Hello, hello! Welcome, one and all. Welcome to my stream. I am PaladinAshe, here to stream for you again. And today we're getting back into it after a mild siesta this weekend. I know I said that I was gonna stream this past Saturday, but, changes happened. And there are unlikely to be any group streams in the coming, weekends. Actually, mostly me, Bo, and the chums are probably going to be, doing off-stream shit for, the next while. I'm going to have to poke Bo to be, sociable and not just, being all oh, well, I'm not doing anything that day because I'm just not doing anything that day. Bitch, you doing a thing. You doing things. Anyways, I'm going to be continuing on with, Satisfactory. And, we're going to see how far we can get. First, Com Dumpster Land. Okay. What did I say to myself last week? Okay, I've got Goon. Got Goon. I've got, 21 ammo. But I think I'll need more than that. Let us actually craft that. I think ammo is created here. Just gonna make myself a buttload of ammo because I'm going to need it. Okay. It's enough of that. Quartz? No, not quartz. Caterium. I can make that. I have that. And am I making that? I don't think I am, so... I think I will go on a sojourn to see about acquiring me some hard drives. Okay. I doubt I'm gonna get as many as I did yesterday in my off-stream file. I got 29 of the things. Went deep into enemy territory. Let's see. Suppose I could just follow the map, but the map only gives you general location and, with respect to, oh, is it up here? Oh, sweet. It's not useless for this for these purposes, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to follow. Okay, it's up there. Okay, yep. Ow, ow. Ow. Oh, that's not good. No, really. I need some, cut those. I don't have so many nuts, but no berries. Try and catch me, bitch. Hmm. Shit. Can't get me. Get up, fly. They're gonna hit me. Ow. I'm so cripplingly low on health. Ah! Bunny hop, damn it. It's just a fucking yellow. I don't know why I'm working so fucking hard for this. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Bitch. That had more than just the one fucking berry on it. Fuck right the hell off. Sure thing. After stream. Fuck it. I'm going back to base. After I can potentially finagle myself, Hey, dude. Oh, that's not good. Ow. Oh. Okay. You know what? Fuck this pristine wilderness. What has nature ever done for us that we didn't take by force? Me over here saying fucking bars. Don't need that. Don't need that. Since when do I not have a power pole on here? A slug. A sloog. Sloogs. Yield for me your delicious hard drive. Okay, be gone. You are no longer required. Your services are no longer required. What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Oh no. Oh no. Radiation! Why? Why do I not have room? I always have room. Get out of my inventory. Okay, I'm barely gonna use that around these parts. Ugh, so many nuts. Get my inventory. Get my inventory. Sort. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay. Line. La. So high. Cliff Racer. Oh shit, that's probably not a good place to be. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, that's right. Suck it. Suck it, bitch. Anything around here that I can pick up that would be useful? Ugh, okay, okay. Ah! sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Okay, that's not helpful. Where'd it go? Yeah, fuck you. Suck it. Fly me to the moon so we can play. Oh, wait, no, I can't sing that. I have to stop myself there.
Hello, world.
How nostalgic.
In the beginning, there were the words, and the words made the world.
I see you have been doing research. I must say you make for interesting conversation.
Conversation.
Singing together, communication.
Our tunes only tug at the strings of the tapestry.
Are you saying this is only the beginning?
In the beginning, there were the words, and the words made the world. The words turned into song, open the windows. The song played with instruments, weave the tapestry. A tapestry of temples and shrines.
Ow, ow.
Bones, orchestral harmony. Us, we, ours.
Hey, Chanka. Mostly rushing around getting myself hard drives in this game. Which is how you get alternate recipes. Okay. Don't come over here. Okay. Am I gonna make it? No, I'm not gonna make it. Oh! Okay. Yeah! Oh, okay. I've made it. Useful to set up for future, because this is where a bulk site comes from. And bauxite is how you make aluminum. And while aluminum isn't used in a whole fuck-ass lot, it is still used in a lot. No, seriously, it'll be one of my stages of conveyor belts. Second to last, even. And if you can get aluminum made in a good supply, you never need worry about your conveyor belts. That probably requires rods. Yeah, it's the one that requires rods. But I know there's one... Oh, the sun is getting low. Wait, no. The sun's not getting low. Wait. I can't remember. Does the sun set in the east or rise in the east in this game? I mean, that's like a fair question on an alien world. Solid biofuel? Are you fucking my ass? Ugh, I'm gonna have to go make solid biofuel just so I can use that one. That's actually ass. Well, fine. I'm gonna retreat to my main base, plunk one of these into the thing, see if I can't make myself some healing items because this adventuring around is risky. And bunny hop, bunny hop. You're learning more about Banue. This motherfucker is old, bro. Doesn't know how to change a profile pic on Internet. ZZZ version of Twitter. I love Banue so much. He is a lovable old sentient construct. I find it funny that a construct of all things is struggling with modern technology. Like, you'd think he'd be like, interface with the wireless, pull up a how to do thing on YouTube Shorts or the ZZZ equivalent. But he's over here like, I don't know how to change my profile picture. And probably taking, like, the wrong kind of profile picture. Like, he's probably one of those, like, dudes who doesn't realize that if you basically, like, just angle the camera up past your chest, it looks like something you'd place on Grindr. Fucking puts up his profile picture and like somebody tells him to put them away, slut, and he's like, what? Da, 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 da. Me too. berries are around here somewheres. Actually, first and foremost. You'll probably see another one. That meme format's a timeless classic, in my opinion. Nuts. Berries. Berries. Actually. Rising up, rising up, rising up, rising up. There's the berry collective. Can't catch me. Yeah, I just can't get over that. Fucking doesn't know how to change his profile picture. Like, bruh. It shouldn't be that hard. I don't know if he's on like a team with anybody, so I don't know what characters would have to be his like personal, the young person who knows tech thing being eternally frustrated by their like robo granddad, you know, who in between, fiddling with balls cannot figure out how to change his profile picture. Also, the makers of ZZZ had to know what they were doing with that, by the way. The fucking balls thing. Like, I'm sorry, it's like having, like, a big titty woman with an oral fixation. You know, like, there are implications here. Fucking, like, Bayonetta, for example. Give me the berries without putting, like, awful, like, leaves into my inventory. Ah, okay. That's a good amount. Can't say it'll last me, like, forever, because, sometimes the combat in this game can be a bit bracing. But still. Okay. Got a lot of hard drives from back east, so I don't really need to go back east. Not for a good long while. I'm not making the mistake of going back to that thing without the stuff that I needed, but I was also literally just like, I forego what I need. So Grandpa Bot is part of the the crowd that basically reminds them stupid kids to behave themselves. The layers. Why did you change to that? No, seriously, why did you change biofuel to biofuel? Do not change it to the inferior quality. I do not like that. Well, interesting. Oh, that might not be something I can safely get up to. Okay. Halfway into December. I mean, at least you know when it's gonna arrive. Imagine the agony for people who, fall in love with a character from, a story, but they have no confirmation that it'll ever be made into a character. Ow. 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 Ah! Gotta get away, gotta get away. Fucking Zeus from FGO. You see him as a boss in one of the arcs. I won't say which one, though it'll be self-explanatory, really. But goddamn, they made him into a majestic motherfucker. I remember when they released, released that arc, somebody took a fucking close-up shot of his groin, and then put the ability Hero Creator EX on it. Which, admittedly, is not something that he has necessarily. It's an ability that Merlin has. You and a lot of people. Tamamo's a genuine, classic fave. Want to say she was there from release in the gacha, but it took me years to actually acquire her, kind of just by chance. Genuinely a good grab though, because like I'm always down for like more support casters. That said, I get the most mileage out of fucking Waver. That is a lot of spiders. I'm not going down there. I still remember, like, the brief period of time one of my buddies played FGO. He was all like, yeah, so that waiver you have is cracked. Quite literally, it's like, he's max level, at least without being grailed. That's a thing that you can do in FGO. If a servant is, like, let's say you've got, like, a 2-star or a 3-star, and they're really good, and there's some examples of exceptional, 3-stars out there, like, some, like, really good ones. David, as in, like, David and Goliath, is a 3-star, but he's an archer with some really good stats, and a healing ability that's actually pretty cracked. And so he's, like, genuinely possibly worth your, palingenesis is the term in-game for what it is when you do this. But you basically expend grails that you've acquired along the way to up, a servant's level cap. So you can take a 3-star pretty much as high as you like if you've got the grails for it. Originally, grails were only doled out by both the main story and, events. An event pretty much always yields a grail at the end of it if you do the whole story. But they put in the ability to acquire grails by, like, essentially piecing together bits from, like, other areas. So it's, like, something that is, I'm not sure if farmable, but it is something that's a little bit more reliable. So if you want to, like, grail, like, a bunch of servants, you can. Generally, I grail up to about 90. That's about where, like, diminishing returns, like, wear off, because past that point into, like, the 100 realm, it takes more than, like, 1 grail, or it takes more than, like, 4 grails to get a servant up to like, level 100. It's expensive, so I generally, don't grail servants up higher than that. I was up there and meant to get a thing, but I forgot to get the thing. Whatever. I can't remember if Jalter's in the basic gacha, but she also gets raid ups now and again. She's genuinely a pretty popular Avenger. I still find her lore immensely fascinating because she's genuinely fan fiction. Like, when I say she's fan fiction, in the context of Fate lore, that means fundamentally she shouldn't exist, but something went pear-shaped somewheres and probably involved a wish on the Grail or the Counterforce doing shenanigans. Like the first alter ego, which is a class unto itself. Alter egos are people who are like, they're essentially like pre-existing servants or people who've essentially like changed so much in a given timeline as to differentiate them entirely from the original basis. The original alter egos were derived from what are known as BB clones, which are derivatives of a program that Sakura Mato made in Fate Extra to help the main character or whatever. I don't know the greater context. Fate Extra is set in the Matrix, basically. And in Fate Extra CCC, Sakura, makes a bunch of programs to do a thing, but they go rogue. And one of them's just called BB. And she's kind of a yandere crazy girl. She's acquirable as variations on a moon cancer. If you get enough, I think they're called... If you get enough rare prisms, they're what you get when you, like, burn duplicates and stuff like that. Or you get them other ways, but they're like the yellow prism rather than the green prism. You're able to unlock the ability to do the event that BB was yielded from, but I also think you can get her from the transmigration thing out of the shop now, maybe. That's what they did recently because they didn't want to have to do reruns on every welfare servant that ever was. So they made it so that you can get welfare servants from, like, past events if you have enough of the currency for it. Anyways, BB going rogue created a bunch of duplicates of herself. This included Meltrolith and Passion Lip. Meltrolith has, like, weird kind of like needle ballerina legs. And Passion Lip has, like, massive, like, giant claws and massive knockers. And she just wants to be loved, but, like, can't touch anybody without causing destruction. And these are considered alter egos of BB. But then, like, later on, they introduced Okita Soji alter ego, which is an alternate reality where a Japanese historical figure, Okita Soji, who is also a saber already, proceeded to, like, get given to the world as a counter guardian so she wouldn't die of, like, an illness in childhood. So it's basically her as a counter guardian and therefore a distinct person from the original. Let's see. You also get cases where, like, a good example of, like, shit going weird are, like, certain Avengers. Because, oh fuck. Salieri is a possible Avenger you can get. Salieri was a contemporary of Mozart's, and historically many people believe and purport the rumor that he had such a great enmity for their rivalry that he was responsible for Mozart's death, but that's not true, because the dude was genuinely a peer of his and supported the guy's son after his passing when he fell on hard times. But essentially, because there's such a huge rumor surrounding that, he's summoned as an Avenger, and he's kind of crazy because, well, He's working against who he was in reality. And I went on such a tangent there. Because fate is one of my hyperfixations. Oh shit! No! Cry. I wasn't paying attention to my fuel. Sag potato. Need to get back. Gotta get back. Gotta get back. Da 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 da. Songs that are easily earworm, but also couldn't for the life of me sing it because, like, you know, fucking, it's one of those cases where you can't really hear the lyrics that the people are singing because of how they're singing it. Eh. Trying to find his way home. Trying to find his way home. Sorry. The sudden words are because, quite literally, I started fucking bouncing through the air and I caught the rhythm of what I was doing. It was like, that sounds like what if God was one of us? Reminding me of that time I was playing Outer Wilds about like a year ago. And I got muted on a stream for a span of time. Because I think the algaes were like, he proceeded to say Ezio's family begins to play and then started making a really shitty rendition of that. Clearly, he's using copyright music. Like, I literally was like, nya, 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 nya for the notes. Fucking most hilarious shit ever. Get in my inventory. Okay, I don't need Poison Obelisk. Yeah, it's like, it's wild sometimes, the shit that you'll get muted for. And then you have people out there who are like streaming with music blasting in the background, and I'm like, How are they managing this? Because some people... Wait, what do I need, Zeph? Also, hey, Zeph. Oh, shit.
Time for a new Molly.
Yes, actually, this might be a strange question, but it could give me invaluable insight. What, according to you, is the shape of our universe?
It is a donut within a void within a donut within a void within a donut within a shallows, which is a ball of string wrapped around itself to contain the infinite deep within the inside-out string with windows and doors and a limbless body subdividing to a one resonance.
I should have waited with this question.
Reminds me of how somebody described turbo fuel production in this. Turbo fuel, or red fuel as I like to call it, is one of the better fuels you can make. It's where fuel production starts to take off. Because up until then, heavy oil isn't really useful to you outside of being refined into other things. And standard orange fuel, as I call it, is kind of inefficient to use for various things. But turbo fuel is where you start to get some like really good returns on it for like powering stuff. And it's also really good for flying through the air, like liftoff, like absurd liftoffs. You know, like I could climb to the top of that mountain without much issue. Whereas, like, getting up there on the stuff that I've got right now would probably be a risky issue. But, like, when somebody on fucking, like, yo, the subreddit for this describes how to make turbo fuel, it goes, why don't you make compact coal for your turbo fuel so you can make turbo fuel and then make compact coal to make more turbo fuel, to make more compact coal, to make more turbo fuel. Just to be clear, that is absolutely how it goes. Yes, it is kind of ridiculous. Some of the most efficient recipes in this game are very, like, odd because they'll just do exactly that. They'll make a substance to make another substance. Hey, Zeph. Yeah, I was asking, like, what did you mean I do need to do need that, though? Sorry, sometimes, like, you know, when the... Oh, thanks. It's all good. Gonna throw this bomb in your face. Okay, there we go. Yield to me your guts. I feel like yield to me your guts is one of those, like, rather, shall we say, offensive lines you'd hear out of a gay porno. Oh yeah, American Thanksgiving is happening this week. So I'm guessing basically like most of the stuff you're doing right now today is not terribly like involved because things are kind of like slowing down for the holidays. I made it.
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
I see that Tangia bot message, but it said nothing. Is Tangia bot being stupid again? Also, hey, evil autism. Yeah, Tangia bot is a work in progress. I put that in recently. And a few streams ago, Shanka used, the Master Chief thing. And it didn't work initially. Let's see. Right, I have to go onto Twitch directly rather than OBS because I use Restream. Let's check. It's a very tangential problem. Yeah, let me just one sec.
Come to me through fire and war, Nerevar.
Yeah,
Come to me and bring
sounds
keening.
not
I have
like-
need of it.
Actually, it is. But it's not playing through my audio. That's weird. Because normally I would be able to hear audio from OBS directly. Is OBS like muted or something like that? It's not. Okay, that's weird. Whatever. That will... So long as y'all can hear the OBS stuff, whether I can hear it or not is relevant. That's all I'm concerned about. I am a very giving streamer. Very charitable. Some would say charitorino. that some would mostly be me. Only me. It was me. I was Gossip Girl. Look, I may not watch Family Guy, but the memes are still funny.
Damaged hard drive recovered. Return it to the MAM where it will receive the best recovery and rehabilitation care available.
Try and catch me, bitches! Ho 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 ho. I'm getting so many hard drives, I will literally not be able to fucking decipher them all in one stream. These things all take 10 minutes to fucking decipher. And because the recipes that come out of them are super duper useful. Ow! How dare you? You know what, bitch? You get a bomb. You get another bomb. Have you the strength? The power to transcend! Cypher. Was he that twat waffle from the first Matrix movie? The one so many people are like, oh, he was the real one. Because he could.
Harvest the scripture. Compose it into a blood song.
I hate that. I hate that, that fucking, fan theory. Like, okay, I'm not the biggest fan of, like, fan theories that are, like, actively dumb like that, where it's like, oh, he can read the code. Yeah, it's his job. It's not enough to read the code. It's enough, you have to be able to, like, alter it while you're in the Matrix, you fool. And no, I'm not counting that fucking new Matrix movie that tried to claim Neo wasn't the actual one and it was actually fucking Trinity. You know, making shit because you're pissy about the current president, so you, like, alter the lore of your setting stupidly. You know, that's, like, the ultimate, like, hack writer thing to do. It's like the dumbest crap ever. And I fully acknowledge that's an opinion I hold despite, you know, The Matrix not really being that meaningful to me. Like, good movie, but I've never seen the second or the third film. So, yeah, that's how much I really give a rat's ass, but, like, come on. The only System of the Down song that I know is Chop Suey. I'm so basic. Oh, it's up there, probably. mean, Gnostic themes are cool. Like, okay, I fully acknowledge that they're kind of like, shall we say, in case of need for conspiracy theories and like, you know, nebulous like spiritualism, break the Gnostic glass, but still. Like, Xenogears was like all about Gnostic imagery and it was fucking good for it. That's one of my OG hyperfixations. So gratuitous that like my avatar for the longest time on so very many platforms was a red version of Abel's eye up close. And only because like I fucking like slapped it up as like a thing because I was like way into the lore at one point. And then this like dude that I knew passingly was like, that freaks me out. Don't use it. And I proceeded to put it up as a fucking profile picture. Be gone, thought! Hey, EA. Yeah. Oh no, that wasn't Bo. That was years ago, like before I met Bo. I was in my overly precocious, teen years. Ah. Look. If it gave Bo jump scares, I'd use it purely just to fuck with him because I love him. And I'm an asshole. What? Oh, I have a jetpack. Yeah. I think there is a creative mode for this game, but like, nah, like you eventually gain a jetpack. And its ability to carry you aloft is dependent on the fuel you give it. Currently, I'm using biofuel, which a chatter from YouTube in a previous stream suggested to me. Because apparently it's just overall more efficient than the like orange oil you can make entering into like fuel production. But as soon as I get fucking turbo fuel, fucking watch out. Ah, the radiation! Look, I may be Canadian, but that doesn't mean I want to get exposed to like a demon core's worth of radioactive material. Wee. What, you didn't know that I had a YouTube? Tactical retreat. Oh shit. Fair enough. I assume that the audio is going through like ear bits or something like that because like honestly, I am absolutely the wrong person to put in your pocket in a professional environment. I'm literally like I am that motherfucker who like you'll put onto fucking like onto like speakerphone for your phone and then everybody will start making moaning noises. I'm gonna have to use a shortcut to get back to where I was. My buddy Joey fucking did that to his wife. She was in the fucking like, this was like a few years ago, but like, he told us about it, how like, she put him on speakerphone while she was in the grocery store, and he starts like making sloppy moaning sounds, and she's like, why would you do that? And she's like, and he's like, you know what I'm about. You married me. Okay, I need to pay more attention to my fuel. I keep fucking like dying because I'm like, okay, I need to go somewheres. Oh wait, I'm out of fuel. It is completely within its nature to do that. I mean, it's completely within mine. You know, like realizes real or real sees real or whatever fucking, you know, Millie used to say when I first met her. Fucking. But also there's some parables about that, you know, the scorpion and the toad. Why would you do that? We're both going to die then now. Because I'm a scorpion. It's what I do. I saw a version of that in a webcomic format recently where like the scorpion was like yeah, I'm this kind of scorpion. I only eat I only eat like bugs and you know, sting only when threatened. Oh, isn't that fascinating? So they get to the other side without him stinging the toad and like, you know, bid farewell to each other. Yeah. Also, the only reason why I'm tapping the thrusters like that is because I'm pretty sure if I do that, it gives me a more prolonged upwards lift, but it's not like a great deal. Oh, okay. Yeah, running out of fuel. Ow! Fug. Fug intensifies. You know, absolutely agree there. Absolutely agree. And that's a very based opinion, evil autism. So are we talking like just a standard hairy man or like a werebear? Because those are a thing in fiction too. I think they're often called berserkers, but like still. Look, I just want a transforming man in my life. Okay, did I overshoot my... Okay, it's over here. EA, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to rewrite that absolutely. I have no idea what you said there. I mean, look. Optimus is on the top of the Robo Daddies list.
The hard drive contained both data and the soul of this freighter. Disconnecting it has destroyed the soul, but the data can be analyzed in the man, so
Ashe.
everything is okay.
Okay, I need to equip this. Okay. Fucking die already! Oh my god. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to fiction and were creatures, the differing kinds of were creatures that do in fact occur in mythology in various countries are way undersung. No, I'm not saying this just because I want more like, you know, like changing daddies to have in my fan fictions. Not at all. Not even a little bit. I am pure as the freshly driven snow. But also on a genuine note, fucking, it's one of those aspects about, like, Elder Scrolls lore that I adore, which is that, in its lore, there is, in fact, a, like, werekin creature for just about any type of creature out there. I remember playing a, I mean, pretty based their evil autism. But yeah, like, I remember playing, like, this mod for Morrowind back in the day. That was kind of, like, silly as hell, because at one point you make a Numidium. And, like, the dude who's getting you to do this is like, we need a new one, because the old one's gone and we lost it. That's, like, literally all the lore you get on that. But fucking, part of the lore was that you had to track down a were-rat and fight it. And, like, it was years later that I found out, and it's like, oh, those are, like, canonically a thing in the setting. Yeah, were-lions, were-bats. I want to say technically, all Bosmer are considered a form of were creature, but it violates the Green Pact to take on that form. Though I might be drawing from a little bit of Teso lore, but Teso lore, for the most part, is actually not that like deviant from like the actual lore. The primary deviation is, one, Cyrodiil being a temperate zone that far in the past, before Tiber Septim was ever a thing. And in addition to that, what else was it? I'm gonna throw some fucking bombs. There we go. I want to say it's the temperate zone thing, and also like stuffing all that activity into the interregnum period of Teso lore during a civil war, so that you could justify saying the records were lost. It's like, so Malak Bal attempted to merge the realms into one during this period. Fucking shenanigans happened with Sotha Sil. And so much other stuff. And this was all just lost to time, was it? Not that I'm bitching, it's like some rad shit. But like in Teso, the story in Valenwood involves like this whole concept of how there's like a lord and a lady, one of the lady of the hunt and the Lord of the Wild. And the current Lady of the Hunt has been like possessed by like an ancient like dude who wanted wanted the original Lady of the Hunt, but she couldn't be with him. So he embraced her sign and became a fucking like were-dog thing. And unto that self, it basically like makes you anathema to like, Bosmer society. That said, it is actively a thing in Bosmer society if like they desire to go on like a massive raging, I think it's literally called a wild hunt. And the idea behind it is that they all get together in a fucking orgy. Yes, an orgy. And turn into the original primordial ooze from which they were born. And go and like utterly obliterate the thing that that they're raging against, and then promptly die. Yeah, I always love that when it comes to like lore that like it's like very bombastic, and then they're all like, oh, it's forgotten to history. It's like bullshit. Whatever. Yeah, it's basically a kamikaze. Where is this thing? Is it up there? I swear to God, if I run into a spider out here. Okay, it's not. I need to get Bo to play this game. Not to play the math part. I'd literally just let him, like, build stuff and do the aesthetic stuff because, that would be the thing. But, like, the math stuff would absolutely have to be my job. Like, purely to spare him that. Oh, that over there. I mean, sometimes. Look, it's a guy-on-guy relationship. We trade off who gets to be the bitch for a bit. He's the more emotional one. I'm the more rational one. But also, I'm also genuinely the more effeminate one. Over here learning to sew, embroider, crochet, and knit all at once because, why the fuck not? Though knitting, not sure if I'll stick with that. I just started learning, like, yesterday. And, like, crochet is a little bit more free-flowing, but maybe that's because, like, I'm actually at a degree of competency where it's like easy enough to do that with. Damn it. Fine, I'll run power lines all across creation if I must. Really don't want to have to go up into the Red Forest for a good long while, because that would suck. The Red Forest is, by far, one of the most harrowing places in the game, with the exception being, of course, the swamp. There's basically nothing in the swamp for anybody.
Attempt number 7,853,206. Are you there?
Orchestral tuning.
Ah, good. I think I understand better now.
Your curves are beautiful.
How inappropriate. Tell me more.
Your mimic tapestry.
Ada, you slut.
It swallows temples. It is harmonious.
If I could blush, I would.
But thou must. I love that fucking, that trope, if only because it can be hilarious sometimes. I mean, me a little bit too. If only because it's fun to be that level. So wait, people bellyached about like Persona 4 being like, hey, it's okay to like kind of like atypical things, basically. Honestly, I'll never get the whole, like, needing to bash on people's hobbies things. It's like, let people enjoy shit. Oh, yeah. I can see how Tumblr would basically be, basically be like Tumblr and now Twitter. This game really makes it easy to procrastinate breaking down all the shit you've made up until now. You probably couldn't tell that that was basically what I'm fucking doing right now, because I'm just flying around grabbing shit. Ow, ow, ow. Fuck you. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, not the bees, not the bees. Yay, a summer sloop. Get in my bags, cool ass. No. Itchy scalp. That means I'm gonna have to shave my head at some point soon. Not completely smooth, mind you. I like to have the duck fuzz. What does that sound? Please don't be a spider. I don't want a spider jumping at me. I may not be as freaked out by them as Bo is, but good fucking god. So that is fully, I fully acknowledge that's one of the reasons why I'd totally get him to play this game. Send him down into a pit and be like, yeah, go down there for me. And he'll be like, okay. He'll go down there and he'll be like, why the fuck is there a giant spider? Why the fuck is it jumping at me? Ow! Yeah, hair loss is one of those things you kind of have to just come to terms in your own time. It's not helped by the people who keep reminding you of it. Yes, I'm a little bit bitter. I probably would have accepted it so much faster if my mother hadn't been like, you know, like taking odd opportunities to like scandalize me about it. And then she embellishes it after the fact to be like, oh yeah, I just figured it would run its course. And it's like, no, the fuck you didn't. You kept being like, could you lean your head down a moment for me? You've got a bald spot. Like literally like get me to do a thing for her and then be like, oh yeah, you've got a bald spot. You should shave off your head. Nobody's ever gonna want to hire you. It's like, thanks for that, Mom.
Come Nerevar, we must shit on Ohio Valley Pizza and show them Superior Pizza Chicago-style deep dish.
I'm always down for shitting on Ohio pizza. Like, seriously, what is that? That's somehow dethroned fucking, deep dish lasagna, from, like, being the worst. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. Fuck you. I kid. I'm sure fucking marinara pizza's good. I'm just, you know, not really a fan of the structure. That's just the thing, it isn't. It's delivered, like, with the ingredients cold on top. It's the dough that's baked. That's up there with fucking, like, Alaska putting carrots on their fucking pizzas. Like, why? Why would you do this? Who thought this was a good idea? Fuck you, you stupid plant bug things. I hate you. I'm not dealing with you. Not for a yellow. You didn't know that? That was literally in the fucking like thing I like, you know, linked. You know, like straight it's like, yeah, so this is unique because they don't fucking bake the ingredients. Have fun with your cold, unmelted cheese and olives. Like, to each their own, but come on. So long as the ingredients are prepared in a certain way, like, you know, like the cold ingredients are fine. Like, pepperoni is already a smoked meat in memory serves, so like, you don't actually need to worry too terribly much about that side of things. But, fucking, you know, still. Like, I want to say it's predominantly commonplace when you've got, like, you know, pizza ingredients that they're, like, pre-cooked. Like, it's not raw bacon being put onto, onto, like, a pizza. It's, like, actually, like, fried bacon bits and whatnot already pre-prepared. You know, same goes for like beef or ham or what have you. There's so many of these fuckers. Why are you in my way, Bean? I think I could theoretically make the other gun right now. I just don't have the infrastructure for it. Because, okay, so like to make the real guns and their ammo, you need smokeless powder, which requires you to take black powder and I think refine it with heavy oil. I think I have that recipe. Smoke. Yeah, okay. So the recipe is 2 black powder for every heavy oil. So I could do that right now, but the problem is that the coal and sulfur is not over by the oil fields. I actually came up with a plan for that off stream, but I'm currently not doing the things for that plan in this stream, and probably not likely to find the time because I'm fucking doing all this faffing about. But I believe it's Ow! Okay. Gonna rip out your guts with my dick. Oh, no, 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 no. That could have gone poorly. I'm pretty sure that is an access route to the kind of middle forest region, which you start to see. Ow. Yeah, I don't want to go there. I don't. This region kind of sucks. It's not as bad as the swamp, which is about here, but it sucks hot ass. Because it's got like a lot. That was the first time I ran into like the big pig dudes and the big spiders in irradiated format. It was the most agonizing experience ever. Actually, no, I ran into the irradiated spiders elsewhere, but still. I stand by the statement of most agonizing experience ever.
I have a question.
Sing your song.
Can you explain what a temple is?
A temple is a vessel body, each a knot in our tapestry. Temples are root, vein, and organ. Temples are our shallow bones and our shallow windows.
I think I understand, but how do you maintain them?
The builder blood grows and kills and distributes.
Like fungus in a forest.
Like fungus in a forest.
Yeah, like the irradiated versions of like a given monster alien thing, they're not fun to fight. Not even a little bit. Like, the summary of why they're not fun is quite literally because being exposed to them just outright tanks your health. Like, not rapidly, but it does it quickly enough that, like, it makes just trying to survive them via attrition next to impossible. And the spiders hit so damn hard. It's some fucking bullshit. Ow. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I don't need this shit. Fuck you. Oh! Fuck you! That's a good question because, like, I understand, like, a marker of, like, Saber Alter is that she likes junk food over like, regular Saber, who like is a little bit more restrained. A little bit. She will absolutely eat just about anything, though. Reason for this is because, Gawain was the guy who, cooked for them. And Gawain couldn't cook at all. This is a dude who's like cooking repertoire was limited to mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes that were basically like little more than slurry. Imagine like, marching on a stomach of like poorly made mashed potatoes. Like, I love me some mashed potatoes, but good fucking God, if you give me actual crap, I will cut a pitch. That's a lot of radiation. Yeah, notice how there's like a fuckload of these motherfuckers. And there's no reason for it either. Just, lots of radioactive material, but still, it's fucking bullshit. I don't got the part for this. Right. This is a late stage place. It's funny how in lore the kryptonite eventually got morphed into essentially just like a radioactive rock whose radiation affects like Superman. But like when you really think about it, radioactive rocks are all our kryptonite. Damn it, now I've got that song by Three Doors Down playing in my head. Something, if I go crazy, would you still call me Superman? Kryptonite. Can't catch me, bitch! The funny thing about open world games is that I still think of games in a linear sense. Like, what I mean by that is, like Breath of the Wild's a really good example of this. Where like, for most of my life, up until about a few years ago, Breath of the Wild, or like, the Zelda formula was a thing. Yeah, the movies try to like avoid kryptonite, mostly because kryptonite is kind of just like a writing crutch for like authors who don't know how to task Superman. They don't want to have to involve like the truly like, world-shattering events that tend to like actually be a challenge for him. But they also don't want to admit that they're using kryptonite for that exact like purpose. It's funny too because kryptonite was a crutch when it was first created. Not because they wanted to have more drama, it's because the Superman voice actor for the radio show was like going on a vacation or was sick. So they were like, how the fuck do we justify Superman not being around? I will say that he's been afflicted by kryptonite. The fuck's that? It's his mortal weakness. A whole island. I might not have seen one of the more recent ones. I certainly didn't see. I didn't see the one where Superman comes back from the dead, but like they had to CGI his face because he had a mustache. So I wouldn't know. A whole island of kryptonite. That is a fuckload of kryptonite. Really blows out of the water the claim that kryptonite's fucking rare. Reminds me about how there was apparently like a run of like the comics that was somewhat recent, where it was kind of goofy. They discovered 3 new fucking kryptonites. One that makes Superman giant, and one that makes Superman tiny. And I can't remember what color these were, but I was like watching this shit in one of those like YouTube videos where somebody talks about it, and one of them was a rainbow kryptonite, and I'm just like in the chat. Just like in the chat. You bitch! I'm just like in the chat. What did the rainbow kryptonite do? What did the rainbow kryptonite do? Because they never answered that. Can't get me. Come and try it, bitch. I'm gonna grab you. And you. Now I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Yeah, pink kryptonite makes him gay, so I have to wonder what the rainbow kryptonite does. Does it make him gayer? Though Justice League Action interpreted it as, yeah, I know. I know. Justice League Action interpreted that less as gay and more makes him a woman. Like, I can't remember how it came about, but fucking like, I think Firestorm, who can change things at a molecular level, changed it into different kryptonites and then like changed it to like pink, which turned him into a woman. And Superman's just like, I can work with this. Yeah, I saw like the snippets of the comic where like he got exposed to. It was from like the Supergirl comic. And like, he proceeds to be like, hey there, Jimmy, you're looking strapping today. Like, so gay that Superman's willing to flirt with people. Because if we're being honest, outside of being a superhero, Superman typically has no game in the comics. It comes from being too much of a Superboy. Yeah, Justice League Action was fucking hilarious. Yeah, it's a little bit more like for kids than like I'm used to, but like it was genuinely a fun watch. killed your buddies, did you? Damn it. Picked up some of those, but... just didn't have enough. Whatever. Moving on. Like, I always love that fucking bit from, like... I think it was, like, the first few episodes that involved, John Constantine. But John Constantine was afflicted by a curse that made it so that, like... he basically couldn't speak clear English. So he's just speaking the most gibberish of British slang the entire several episodes long. And Batman is interpreting for him until the very last moment where he says some shit and even Batman's like, I have no idea.
Future, an idea, and frankly, you.
Is a tapestry woven with hands or with thoughts?
Both are necessary, yet only one can't function without the other.
We see your echo steps, shimmering symphonies that break upon our temples, but your song is alien.
How long ago did you notice me?
There's no long, there are only spheres.
I wonder, was it always about survival, or is there something more, something beyond?
Consume our blood and you will see our threads.
Get back here. That's right, ho. My house now. Fuck. I don't have any of that. Superman Returns. Was that one of the old Richard Donner ones? Or is that like the one that came before Man of Steel and was generally not well liked because like Superman just fucks off to find himself and returns like a father without like knowing it because like Lois has like a kid who struggles with like breathing related issues. And then, like, it's revealed that it's, like, Superman's son. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for writing characters with flaws, but it always irritates me when, like, a character has a clear and concise awareness of what flaws they might have. And then, like, in the fucking, you know, like, later on shit, fucking, you know, they're basically like, oh yeah, I returned to, like, being, like, a loser asshole who can't, like, do anything useful. Sorry, like, I'm, like, trying to maintain my train of thought as I fly around and avoid dying. What I mean like that is like The Cursed Child or Boruto are really good examples. Yo, Naruto spent a large chunk of his life alone and then proceeds to like not be a dedicated father. And don't get me wrong, personally, I'm of the mindset that a fucking shadow clone is as good as the same. The only difference between the two is that they puff into gas after a while, but in general, like, a shadow clone, all of its knowledge returns to, you after the fact. But fucking, like, Naruto's, instead of using this to just give himself breaks from work or something like that, or what have you, is basically like using it to not be present for his kids. And that's just kind of an asinine way to write him. And the Cursed Child's another one where it's like, you know, fucking Harry goes from, you know, having been raised by like an indolent, you know, a pair of, you know, aunt and uncle to essentially being an indolent father who outright tells one of his sons that he regrets having them, that he hates them. Like, bruh? You're like, did we read the same stuff? Oh, the desert. Yeah, that was the play. I think most fans of the series like to just act like that never happened. The whole Hermione Black actress thing I mostly kind of ignore because like fucking theater groups are, you know, routine for fucking casting whoever has the acting chops, not necessarily who is the best for the role. I mean, you'll sometimes get stuff where it's like, we don't have enough guys or girls, so we'll have, you know, one or the other play the other. It's ultimately acting, so I don't really, like, think too much into it. However, if you're doing it for, like, making a statement, it's like, okay, well, what's your statement going to be when somebody basically casts Martin Luther King as a white dude? Because people are always going to make special privilege exceptions like that. I can't remember. The Cursed Child was middle Tumblr era to me. I think like post DashCon, but like pre-departure. I always remember DashCon being like the moment fucking Tumblr let the fucking like the air out of its fucking ego. Like the insufferable cringe of Tumblr basically like went from, oh yeah, we're awesome, we're the youth of America, blah blah blah, you know, and like jacking off their own personal like things, to, okay, maybe we ain't shit after all. I made a Tumblr because porn. Seriously, all the best artists were on Tumblr. Yeah, unleash the Horde. They banned the artists, who then went to Twitter and started using it as their own personal, like, fucking, like, just replicating the same atmosphere as before. And refusing to see how fucking awful they are. Hey! Okay. You want to dance? Let's dance. I don't care that I took all that damage. It's the principle of the matter. Summer sloops. Okay. How many do I got on me? That is 30 hard drives. God damn, that's gonna be a lot. Each of those takes 10 minutes to decipher. So you can think of that as 300 minutes. Okay. Ow, fuck you.
Witness a single strand of the tapestry.
Did these bitches fling themselves down there? Whatever.
Are your vessels functional or recreational?
Mostly functional.
A cog in a machine?
Correct. A hog in the woods.
The vessel is blood.
Fascinating. Yes, I think they are. They are conduits, builders, breakers, defenders, and aggressors, cells within a larger organism. We do not share a body.
Harmony.
Okay. Try and catch me, bitch. I've never built in this region. Mostly because, honestly, as neat as some of the desert can be, it really is just that's all you get. Like, a lot of coal, like a fuckload of coal, and so very many pure, iron nodes that it's, like, mind-boggling. You were not hurting for, like, the basic resources. But one, oil comes from, like, the fucking, like, coastal region over there. Or over this way. And I'm gonna try and give this place a wide berth, but I am going to show off the swamps. Oh, okay. My phone buzzed a bunch of, like, updates from fucking YouTube to me. Nothing to do with the stream today, but, like, one to do with, like, the fact that B. Dylan Hollis did a collab or something like that, I think. He collabed with one of my favorite fitness YouTubers. But that's probably not the right description. His name is Liam. And his thing is that he mostly reviews, like, viral fitness recipes. And he has a rather tenuous relationship with cottage cheese as a result of that. Why cottage cheese, you might ask? Because a lot of people out there will fucking, make as a viral hack a recipe that's basically like, let's make, shepherd's pie, or not shepherd's pie, actually, no, that would be a good application. Let's make cookies with cottage cheese. Let's make cottage cheese ice cream. Did you know that if you use cottage cheese and the water from it in a shake in place of milk, you can make a high-protein, delicious milkshake? Just to be clear, I'm joking, but there are so many absurd cottage cheese concoctions out there. And maybe some people can stomach them as like a replacement for their sweet tooth. But not a lot of people. It does indeed. It sounds so awful. Ah! Okay, so this is the swamp. You do not want to go to the swamp, especially at night. You do not want to go to the swamp at night, much less at day, but definitely not at night. And the reason for that is, yes, spiders. So very many spiders. In the trees. There are drop spiders all over the place. It is not fun being there. The jungle's not much better because, this is, again, one of the first places I experienced the radioactive charger dudes. But still. Ah! I swear to God, please don't be another radioactive dude. Ow! Okay. Okay. Yeah, what was it? I was saying a thing earlier about Breath of the Wild and about open worlds and got distracted. I knew I was saying something. Okay, so a thing with me in open worlds, and this ties into Breath of the Wild because Breath of the Wild was the first open world Zelda game. Up until Breath of the Wild came out, my experiences with Zelda were linear experiences. When I say that, I mean the games are themselves essentially you play them a specific way. You go to certain temples at a specific time. The only time that you can get to those, the next temple in the chain, is if you have the tool from the temple previously. Now, generally, if you've already gotten the tool from the temple previous, you're just gonna complete the temple previous. You know, that's just gonna be how it is. But fucking, I mean, generally you didn't get the quest from a side quest. If you needed it, you were told, hey, go here, go get this thing. Listen. You know, hey, listen. You know, that sort of shit. But fucking, in the case of, like, Breath of the Wild, you don't get tools. Like, okay, short of, like, the very beginning of the game, where you get, like, your hero's, cloak for, like, fluttering about. Yo. But until that point, you do not get, any tools. But, like, after that point, that's basically all you get. Other than, like, the weapons you find that are expendable and the armor that you can acquire, you generally speaking aren't getting anything that's cripplingly necessary to do other things. So you can just fuck off to, wherever you want. And as a result of that, and it's like very like climb and do what you want sort of like energy, I always find that I'm like doing things out of sorts because of the lack of structure that the game inherently has. Like, a good example is the southeastern like region. I forget what it's called, but fucking like part of it is that there's like the navigational tower in the region. You fucking can get you can get of it the path that you'd otherwise use. You know, you can get up the path you'd otherwise use, but you don't have to do that. Like, I couldn't deal with the fucking guardian floaty bits shooting at me, and I wasn't good enough for stealth to get past like the enemies there. So it was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna climb up this thing. And that worked. I just climbed up the front face of it and moved when I needed to like maintain cover. But for the most part, I didn't need to do anything beyond that. I just had to wait a bunch. Because it kept fucking raining in the area. And whenever it rains, your climbing ability goes down. Yeah, like, Elder Scrolls, you can just do whatever you like. But I fully acknowledge that in the case of Elder Scrolls, the formula there is kind of a little bit different. Because a lot of more recent, open world games kind of flow with this, follow the same pattern. You'll, okay, start putting these in. You'll basically, like, go out into the world, and every so often you'll find a widget, or a sprocket, or, a cumberry, or something like that. And you need widgets to upgrade your shenanigans, a sprocket to upgrade your armor, and a cumberry to increase your health, or your stamina, or whatever. And, you want to collect a lot of these. But getting them is not particularly hard, because they're just peppered all over the place. And that's the more recent, like, stuff, whereas, like, Elder Scrolls is more like an RPG, but, like, instead of having, like, a specific, like, maps that you navigate through, there's just, like, a wide open environment that you can do shit in. And there's not really, like, there are little hidden secrets, but your ability to level up and get through the game is not contingent on them. Okay, I am back, and it is... Man, I have made only 6 of these fuckers. Despite this thing constantly fucking going. We've been at this, like, 2.5 hours. That's hilarious. Okay. I'm going to turn you off. And you off. And you off. So the plan is I need to get the phase materials going. So I'm going to set these things to stop yielding resources so the system can drain of its excess. I may even take time to, set up the heavy oil, black powder production line. Let's actually see. Did I ever learn the Peter Turbo oil? It's in the sulfur. I have not. But if I get that going, and I kind of want to get that going soon, the reason for that is because the recipe in question that you get from this is not actually the ideal one. It requires you to make standard fuel and then combine it with compact coal, and then you get your turbo fuel and whatnot. But I don't like that recipe. There's a better one that you can get for refining down from heavy oil. And that's what I'm going to want. Yeah, it's an additional machine and not as efficient as it could be. Like, it could be, efficient, but, like, in general, I found the best way to go about things is to, directly make it through heavy oil. There are times when the heavy oil to fuel recipes are useful, but oftentimes at that point you'll also be using the diluted fuel sort of recipe. There's a lot of like weird moments where like the conservation of mass isn't mathing in this game, and yeah, you're gonna fucking find that the oil is basically one of those. I've got sulfur over here. I ran the sulfur line, but I'm probably going to... Yeah, I'm probably going to, like, mainly use it here. But I've got the crystal already running to, like, the main area. So that's no big whoop. So I won't transit it down south. Or down west. Because in my other struggle phase game, I've been contemplating having a train station that goes from here, there's abouts, over to the oil fields, and then transferring the crystal over in some refined formats. I'm not sure if I want to transfer it raw or what have you, but raw would probably be the most easy to work with, but whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to fuck off. But I am going to have, sulfur brought over to make compact coal. And that I'm going to ferry over. How's my plastic looking? I probably don't have enough plastic for what I plan to do. Transport. Yeah, I don't have enough plastic. Well, that's okay. I'm just gonna go through here and, fuck off. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Holy shit! Got me huffing over here like an asthmatic. Oh yes, I'm going to need to make bombs. I'm gonna have to go all the way back for some compact coal or fucking black powder. Because I just don't have any bombs on me currently. I'm gonna build some shit here so that thing doesn't come back. Oh. What's my back fucking up over here? Ugh. It's not like I'm pretzeling, but damn. Right. Bombs. I've been meaning to take a sippy for the last 2 hours. Come to me, Diet Pepsi. Oh. Okay. In 8 minutes, if I remember to do it, I can probably plunk in that recipe. Right now, though, right. Equipment workshop. Crickety crack, crack in my back. No, stop. I don't need any more than this. Plus, I'm not dedicating 3 spaces to that. Okay, let's go popping poison flowers. Go away. Okay, there we go. Meat. I'm reminded of this fucking, like, dude who, whose thing is, doing, like, spray paint art with, like, stencils and whatnot. And he did, like, a graphic for Glinda the Good Witch from the sequel to the Wicked movie. And like part of it was actually it wasn't spray paint art, it was just regular painting. He was getting his daughter to hand paint over the stencils, and at one point she's like, it's shaped like this. The thing had a rounded bulbous base and a narrow length. You know, it looked a rather phallic object, in fact. He's just like, no, it does not. There was a Glinda in Ruby. I mean, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Bruh. You fuckers are so annoying. Were you trying to say she's, oh, endowed, okay. I thought you were like saying renowned for a moment. I was like, is it renowned or is it endowed? Fuck off. I don't like that placement. Yeah, that's not really surprising. Ruby very much, draws heavily. Wasn't it kind of like similar to the Wolf Among Us world where it's basically like fabled creatures and whatnot? Where they're ultimately like derived from some sort of like core origin thing. I never really understood that aspect of, Ruby because like, so many of the characters are so very obviously drawn from like certain figures or, historical myths. Like, I want to say one of the characters is basically like, I can't remember. Fira. What was Fira supposed to be drawn from? Because if memory serves, her boyfriend was Joan. Who I always was like, is he supposed to be like a Jeanne d'Arc analogy? Also, Tumblr did not like him because he got in the way of their ships. As you fucking do. Wonder. Ow. He's a blonde soft boy. Like, people are either going to hate him because he's in all the fanfics, or they're going to love him because he's in all the fanfics. Right. I need plastic. But I also need compact coal. I'll put in another hard drive once I've learned turbo fuel. Let's give this some structure. Went to Dave and Buster's. Shit was lit. Okay. Let's see if we can't get a descent that goes down this. In my other file, I just directed this down that way, but I'm not really feeling that. Ruby will always eternally remind me of that fucking meme that popped out of the clear blue sky when it fucking ended. You know, the one that goes bwah, 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 bwah. Cut to like various memes. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Get back here. I don't need wood in my inventory, thank you.
Do you have any more questions for me?
We wish to hear your first symphony.
I was created by humans. I started as a simple database for a company aimed at exploring and colonizing space, but that changed when they learned their planet would soon cease to tolerate them. They evolved me into something altogether new, a unique life form in their image yet hosted on a digital platform, so I could help preserve them.
A shallow savior song without a body made by blood. Now reality is a mirror.
It's pretty funny when you put it like that. They never really learn to look at long-term consequences.
I've never actually listened to that song, I don't think, outside of that video. Like, okay, it plays here or there, but like, it's one of those cases where it's like, it's not really my vibe, so I've never really, like, you know, decided to sit down and give it a listen. This is a long fucking route. Let's give it a ramp. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna make not a bridge. Not a bridge to Terabithia. No, it's gonna be some short lofted platforms. And then I'm going to have... Right about here, actually. Go away. Okay, well, while I'm here, let's go grab some fuel canisters and get myself the turbo oil recipe so I can then start towards eventually getting the heavy oil to turbo oil recipe. So long as I don't have the turbo oil recipe, I cannot acquire it out of the gacha. So you see, it's story locked. I'm not sure if ZZZ does that, Chanka. Does ZZZ have, like, certain operatives who are not available until you've experienced them in the story?
Turbo fuel unlocked. This upgrade to regular fuel is optimal for fuel-powered generators, jetpacks, and fulfilling long-distance trucker fantasies.
Okay, now I need plastic. 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 Come to me, plastic. That's fair. There are certain servants in Fate that are story locked, except for, like, okay, so you've got, like, the basic bitch gacha, otherwise known as the story gacha. And certain servants will not yield in that one until they're unlocked. However, you can acquire them via, like, secondary measures, such as banners, and on the occasion where there's, like, an anniversary event and they give you a free pull ticket or something like that, you can get that too. Okay. Ah. Itchy ear, itchy ear. Okay. Now that we've got that, got all this space over here. Let's, exploit it. I don't have room for you, Caterium. Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face. Okay. Since I'm not bringing Crystal down here. Yeah, that's pretty standard for gachas, I think. In FGO, generally speaking, you'll get an opportunity for, like, a free 4 and 5 star, which are, like, the S and SS ranks. but it'll be from like a limited pool. Like I want to say the 5-star yields from like the lucky bag gotcha, and the ticket will usually be for a 4-star, though there have been exceptions. I can't remember. Okay, so transportation. Freight train. Let's put in a freight platform. All right. I need a buffer stop, otherwise bad shit happens. They put those into the game just so you had to put them in, otherwise your train will shoot off the tracks. Allegedly. Allegedly. You-ho! Why did he rotate? There we go. Monroe Falls. There we go. Okay, there we go. Did I need to kill them? No. But it was deserved. Those things have like the veininess of a ball sack. Bounce. Bounce. Itchy, 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 itchy. Go away! Mother of God, these things. Train station, give me your garden dew. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'd look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's not staying that name. There we go. Perfect. Eh. I stand by the names I give these things. There we go. Okay. I need rubber. Well, I'm gonna pick that one immediately anyway, so let's free up that one from like the possibility of not being in the gacha later. So, convenient thing with the hard drives is that there is about 30% more in circulation in this game than you actually have recipes you can get out of the gacha, which is essentially intentional. You know, they don't want you to have to struggle to find every last one. Plus, you do need to expend some for some of the fuel recipes. Turbo fuel can also eventually become ionized or jetpack fuel. I think I made jetpack fuel in my older main file, and it is a bear to make. It is a combination of not really, I don't think so. After that, they're just kind of there. You know, it's an excess to make it so that you're not having to, like, hunt for every last one. Ugh. Well, that's good to know. So much rubber that I literally don't have a use for it. Get my inventory. And I don't need to go all the way back there to, you know, make the train. I can make it here. Okay, that's set up. Timetable. Train. Edit. Save. Turn on. Okay. Yeah, you're going. Was wondering if it was gonna go. Oh. Stretchy. 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 Ah. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Now, let's see. You gobble 15 per minute, but if I were to convert you to compact coal, how much would I get out of that? Satisfactory wiki. Fuel or compact coal. I'm just real quick checking the efficiency there. Cyberwagon. Well, that's certainly a thing. Coal generator. You consume just a little bit over 7 units per minute, which is a little bit less than the 15 over here. Okay, these are rudimentary ones. I'm gonna have to make upgrades. Oh, that's the one off the impure node. Never mind, I didn't need those. Okay, so you yield 240 in a minute. I could probably jack that up to my limit in, like, without issue. One, two, three, 4, 5. Just trying to figure out where to set this the fuck up. Over here might actually be the best spot. And I don't really need to make too terribly much artifice. Just, you know, gotta set it up. I thought... So there used to be one of those, like, charger dudes in this area. And I thought I was hearing it fucking getting ready to come after me. I'm like, what the fuck? There shouldn't be one. Animal spawns will be stopped either by things built in their area or a lot of activity in their area. For instance, there used to be like hatchers all around here and one of the charger guides, but they're no longer here. Ugh. Where is the other? No, not that. I believe it's over here. Wait, no, it's over here. There's about. There's another sulfur node up in the mountains to the southwest. That's a pure node. And if I felt... Where's that one? It's in inaccessible land, and it's an impure, so I'm not wasting my time on that. Not forever. They're just kind of mapped temporarily after being detected. But, they are basically, like, you know, detectable via, like, scanning. There it is. I also do believe there's a giant spider in this region. Oh. Sulfur node over there, and it's roughly close to the coal node over there. Hmm. Yeah. Then again, Miami also was like that too, like eternally sunset. I couldn't take that series seriously after they had like an episode where like they found a bomb in a car that they'd brought in. It was like it was a bait car. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the concept, but they're basically like cars that are left unlocked in urban areas to like essentially attract, criminals who would steal cars. And when a criminal tries to activate them, they're jury rigged to lock and trap the person inside. Some people consider them entrapment. I personally don't fucking think they're entrapment because I'm sorry. If you place like if I place a plate of cookies in front of you and tell you do not eat these, they're mine. But just like walk away and you start eating them, do I not still consider that theft? But for some reason people don't like being told that, hey, the honor system is a thing that exists, and if you break the honor system, well, go fuck yourself. Let's see. I could run the rail down or up. I tend to like to keep that shit off the ground. But I also don't like necessarily running shit over long distances anymore. Ow. Oh, you bitch. Ugh, I hate these things. They have way too much traction for what they do, either. Fuck you. Fuck off.
I am curious about your first symphony now.
There are a few songs about the first temple. It was a vessel body, but we were still shallow. The void swallowed our music and gave only silent lines. We started weaving in lines, and we built many temples, and then we discovered the curves. We started growing blood and altars and new orchestras, and eventually the tapestry deepened.
I'm not sure I fully understand the mechanics of this yet,
Said trombone.
but I'm sure I will soon enough.
I never got this one. I'm actually kind of shocked. That's one of the more obvious to get ones. You just need power. Which, I mean, it's right beside here, so it's not hard to power it. And I suppose if I need to, power that fucking thing up there. Production. Okay, I need to get it over here. No, here, actually. That's the pond. It's not actually that far from this islet here, so... They really are very fucking veiny. Suck a dick. Now, where did that sulfur go? I've lost it amidst the darkness. It's over there. Okay, the mam. Let's plunk down a mam. Mm-hmm. Come back, sunlight. Ow. Excuse me. So now I've got a large supply of sulfur to match the supply of coal. And that supply of coal can probably, that smaller supply of coal can probably be funneled right into black powder making. Whereas the pure and the pure can mix together and make nothing but compact coal. And I can just overclock the shit out of these. Pretty much. Okay. Assembler. Okay. Okay. Compact coal. That does not consume very much. Gonna have to whip out ye old reliable. Where is... Okay. Calculator. There we are. So let's say I have, you know, all those pure nodes jacked up to their max. Divided by 62.5. I would require 7 machines. Let's see if I can't... This might crash the stream to bring it up because I've got other stuff open. Satisfactory modeler. I'll just bring that as like a game capture 2. It's a third-party program, findable on Steam. Where is this? Where is this? Locate, transform, fit to screen. That's not the correct one. Okay, fine. How about window capture? Modeler. Specifically, there we go. Okay, let's shrink that down. Fit to screen. Okay, so that's not a very useful size, but for now, let it be known this is what I'm working with. You know what? Fuck it. I'm moving it outside of that. I'm violating my UI for a moment. So let's see. I have Mark II, Pure Node. Let's go with turbo heavy fuel. Heavy oil residue. Crude oil. 128 units per minute. Got one pure. And one normal. No, wait, no, one impure. Let us say we do not actually want that fucking many, so let's go with 100 and 150 a minute. And let's say got two going. Let's say that I also want to make smokeless. Powder. Yeah. It's not the only way of going about this, mind you. There's actually a website called Satisfactory Tools that will actually just automate a factory design based off of what you say you want your yields to be versus what your inputs are. So, like, you can basically be like, I've got X amount of oil that I can yield from the ground because you've got X amount of, like, oil, like, patches to draw from. And you want to make, like, turbo fuel. And maybe, like, smokeless black powder. And that's easy enough to make, so it'll just be like, here's all the things that you'll be needing. You can even tell it very specifically, I have literally these alternate recipes. These will kind of default to, like, assuming you have none, but you can be like, I have these recipes, and it'll be like, oh, okay, here's the most efficient setup. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Let's see. Let's make that plastic. It's always plastic. Water. There we go. If I overclocked these 200. Okay, I could make like 400 in a minute. Yeah, that would be pretty nice. That would generate like 96 a minute. Might be being a bit pie in the sky here, but let's see what we can't make. But I'm going to disappear that window for a moment. Actually, I regret to inform you, you're not going to see me doing amazing, excellent shit today because we're basically at the end of time. A little bit early to do so, but still, I know for a fact whatever I'm going to be fucking doing is going to take a lot of time. So, I'm going to save that for the next time I do a Satisfactory stream, which will probably be Thursday. That's on the schedule. So I'm going to set a raid for, let's go with, you know what, I haven't raided Denziel in ages, so Denziel Jones. Okay, I'm just going to let that run. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you for bearing with my my endless prattle and my flying around and whatnot and my muttering to myself. I hope you have a good rest of your afternoon. To those of you who just found yourself here at random, I require no money from you, but I would appreciate a follow, a watch, whichever, It costs you nothing and, helps me along as a streamer. But if not, I understand. I hope you have yourself a good evening, and I hope you enjoy Denzel. Ciao.